That's one of the things we look for. Another condition is a dilated cardiomyopathy. It's also heart muscle disease, but in this case, the heart becomes dilated and the wall becomes kind of thinned out. Now, usually these patients show symptoms uh, before they have a sudden death, and so it's easier to pick up. Nevertheless, when we're screening, we look for both the thickening of the heart wall as well as dilatation. Also, we have a chance to look at the heart rhythm. If the heart is beating irregularly, we can pick that up in this examination. It's a very quick, non-invasive screening, and it proved to be quite helpful in preventing unnecessary death in the young people in the future. We feel it's part of our social obligation to reach out to as many young people as possible.
We do need to raise the public's awareness and parents' awareness. Many parents aren't even aware of HCM, what that is, or that 3,000 kids between the ages of 15 and 34 die annually from sudden cardiac deaths. That's a pretty big number. And that HCM gene, which I spoke about before, is 1 in 500 births. The hospitals and doctors really have been sensational about donating their time. Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore, we did an event for Reggie Lewis in honor of Reggie Lewis. Children's Hospital, Los Angeles Heart Center, tremendous doctors, and one of the finest children's hospitals in the world, and they donate their time all the time. It's just physically it's hard to do when there's only a few people doing it. And I think if we can get a national network together, it will be easier, and standardize all the protocols and standardize the program, which we're trying to do, as well as Dr. Arthur Roberts, who's also my partner in New York. We are creating a national database so that we're using all the stats and putting them in a national database. We have a wonderful board of advisors, and we'll be able to see patterns. Are they socio-economical? Are they ethnic related? It's going to be a very important study.
We work largely with children who have serious forms of heart disease, and it's actually fun for us to come out and work with healthy people once in a while also. And I think it's partly our job and our public responsibility to try to find people who maybe have heart disease that they're not aware of. There are a lot of people that we take care of in inner city Los Angeles who really don't have the means to even obtain routine medical care, and at times we are the only link that certain young people have to the medical system.
We overlook the fact that there's a definite need for electrocardiogram done on these kids, and if it's a dollar figure that keeps us from doing that, I think that's wrong, and we need to get people to step up, and and like the doctors that were here today, they donated their time, and that's fantastic that they were able to do it. If a kid came up with a red flag and perhaps couldn't participate because of that, there's other ways we would bring them into the football family and get them involved in it. It sure would be a tragedy to have something like that overlooked, and then where everybody's second guessing ourselves on that. I think an important thing would be we have these football coaches conventions and clinics and things like that, and to have some literature to give to these coaches. We all want to do the best we can for our kids. There's no question about it, and to let them know this is just one more way of finding out that the kids are healthy and that they can perform at their best level. So I'm going to continue with this particular crusade as well. Jump on and get involved and let the other coaches. Hey, this is something we need to do as coaches. It's our fundamental responsibility.
I've had so many parents contact me from Chad's website, which is www.chadfoundation.org. And we also have a link on the site now for parents to put their child's picture up and to say whatever they like. The link is how HCM affects other families. I know that there are some families that really can't participate And that's why those of us like myself and Sharon Bates are here to take up that slack, because it's a very painful thing. I know I get choked up sometimes talking to the kids at the high schools, and I'll be reading Chad's wish list, and I'm telling them that that's why we're here, because we want you to have the opportunity to live a long, healthy life and to make your wishes come true. So yeah, it hurts, but it's a good hurt, and you know that sometimes you just have to walk away for a little while, and you do.
I think what would give me the greatest measure of satisfaction is for people to recognize this disease as something of a large magnitude. There are 1 in 500 people that are affected by this disease and don't even know it. That's a huge statistic, and we're not reaching those people yet, and we just need to do more, and we will. So my joy, my glory will be when we reach that goal, when we have echocardiograms and health screenings, proper health screenings for all the athletes.
Just nice to have even you and everyone out here, and the doctors who give the, do the heart. They check everybody's hearts and make sure everybody's healthy, and that's what we did. Instead of, sitting there and being down about Chad, we turned it into a positive, and by doing things like this, we're making other people's lives better and saving lives. It's really special.
When I was in high school, sort of the biggest thing to worry about is, who you're going to go out with, and, was your skin going to be clear? But, it affects people of that young age. So, again, it's a small thing where if it's something, it's like extra, it's like if it's available to you and you have learned to go get checked out, then it can only help. It can't hurt. Well, kind of the heart is the engine, to the whole vehicle. And, besides your brain, it's incredibly important. And, they always talk, it's kind of an analogy for all sport. They always talk about, like, that team won because they had more heart and sort of all these things. And so it's something that's, you can be strong and athletic and powerful, but you just want to make sure that, your engine is healthy and taken care of.
It was tough on us because we're all healthy. We all played sports growing up, and Chad was extremely healthy. Never smoked, never drank, never did anything detrimental to his body, and he just dropped dead of a heart attack. Now, apparently it happens to almost 3,000 people a year, kids a year. So it's not as high profile as, say, cancer, some kinds of leukemia or Hodgkin's, but it does happen enough where I think we should make people aware. I think people realistically wouldn't want to have their kids going in there. I mean, they start to play those real high-intensity sports in high school. Track, football, baseball, soccer. And I think it's terrific. The kids, a lot of people are scared to get it done, but it could be, save parents a lot of heartache.
It's pretty amazing. I think we're all in a little, unless we're not as fit as we were back then when Chad was alive. But just to see everybody get out here and do it, it's really wonderful. And but everybody doesn't look like we're aging much at all, thank God.
We've all been drinking from the fountain of youth.
Right. Yeah. There's somebody's looking out. I think Chad's looking out for us. We got some of his. If everybody's drinking milk, Chad's favorite thing. You know how that was. There are signs in some people, and I think if we do this, if we can get it to a point where it happens in all the high schools, and you get them at a young age, and you can detect these problems, I think we're going to make a big difference in the country and maybe the world someday.
Chad was, for junior high school and all of high school and, God, parts of college, Chad was the closest friend I'd ever had. He was like a brother to me. Even though he had 3 brothers of his own, I never had one, so I sort of adopted him as my brother. Whenever Arista sends the information of what the foundation's doing, I pin it up to my bulletin board behind my head on my desk, so people come up and ask, "Oh, what's that picture of a heart doing? Who's that guy?" And and it never, it always comes out. I've actually mentioned it to the writers of the show as it might be an interesting topic for an episode, since our show is about forensics and death and solving crimes. It's such a mysterious way to die, especially for a young, healthy guy like Chad. Never drank, never smoked, no body fat. I mean, just the epitome of health. To absolutely drop dead for nothing, it's kind of make an interesting TV show.
Even if it's only one, that it could be the one that really needs to hear this. And the parents have been wonderful. We speak to the parents too, and they come up and they have plenty of questions to ask, and that's really important. But again, it's educating ourselves first and educating our educators. I mean, we're really pleased. We had the Holyoke School District approve our program, our cardiovascular screening program. We were honored to have Columbia University in New York be the very first university to participate in our cardiovascular screening program. We hooked up with Columbia University in their pre-screening to give them all this battery of tests that they, normally don't have, and to see if they have that enlarged heart muscle.
I always say the first, reason to do anything athletic is because you enjoy it. And because sometimes, too, the other thing about your body is we only really appreciate our body until there's something wrong with it or we have an injury. And so I always say to young people to encourage them to also take care and appreciate their health and do what they can to be healthy, because it really is, good health is a gift. And again, you don't really appreciate it until it's been taken away. And, that's something you can learn at, 14 or 15 years old. You don't have to wait until, you're older.
I just hope that we can actually get a lot more high schools involved. People it doesn't take a lot of time to do it. And like I said, if you get one person even out of a high school, you get 200 athletes and 4 people have a prolapse or some kind of thing. It's terrific. It'll save, $100,000 in doctor bills, and obviously the person dying. So it's terrific. So I think we should keep doing it.
The reason I'm motivated to get involved with a cause like this is because it does affect young people. And it's not that I'm a sucker for young people, but certainly I think you do, you're partial, and you kind of don't want to see young people suffer, especially physical ailments that usually everyone thinks is saved for somebody older. So I think that when stuff like this comes across for me to get, just be a part of a little bit, it's important. And also my good health and my heart have provided me with so many really great things in my life, and so you want everyone else to experience those things too. It doesn't mean you have to be a professional athlete. It just means your body kind of takes you fun places, and so you want it to be in good shape.
We need more help. We need more hands. Come on by. Get to us on the site. It's just great to do things for kids. Not only kids, because it makes you more aware of your own heart as parents and adults, and we want you around as long as we can have you. So it's raising the entire awareness that it's just not people in their 60s and 70s that need to look at their heart and cardiovascular healthy living.
Now my name is Dr. Geek and I'm gonna make this presentation. This is a shout out to the Chad Foundation. Listen to the words I'm about to speak. We don't want the mishap that happen to athletes. So listen now before you get ready to slam. You gotta make sure you have an echocardiogram. That way your mom and dad won't shed a tear. Hey Chad, we really wish you were here. Now you never met a person that you did not like. But listen to me Chad, now we got to take flight. Listen, not only do we miss ya, but from your mom now Arista. She said I gotta keep my son memory alive. So listen to me Chad, this ain't no jive from your 2 brothers that you grew up with. I just want to give your name a live, not for personal glory, but another young child. Listen now, they can play sports with style because they know their heart won't lose its ticket. Listen, that stuff is ooh so sickening, but thanks to the foundation that your mama started, another mama yet won't walk away broken hearted. Cause if that ticket just ain't right, then that boy, that woman shouldn't play ball at night. So we want to welcome you back home to Malibu. Listen, this is us and Uyo crew. So my name is Dr. Geek, this not a passing fad. When I do like this, say we love you, Chad. One for the money, you know it's rad. Come on, y'all, let's say, love you, Chad. You see what I'm saying? Your mom doing a good thing. This is what I now got in my brain. I just went through the book, the photo she put together. Man, that memory she will have forever. And even my nephew had a little bit of problem, but thanks to the echocardiogram, we can solve them. He wants to act, dance, and play that sport. But before we got to go and just give that sort, of checkup so nothing happened. Listen to me, Chad, this is why we're cracking. One for the money, no need to get mad, cause we just want to say we love you, Chad. You can help a lot of child firemen too. Now they ticker leave and ooh, this is true. The ticker go because they have a heart attack. But listen, Chad, we're gonna put it into that as many lives we can save. Thanks to your mama Rista. I want to Bloomer thing. She really miss ya. And your brother, where your brothers at? Where's brothers at? Hey, come here, man. Come here. Oh, right here. Come here, man. The flesh and blood. What's your name now? Colin. But from his heart, the words has fallen. Giving a shout out from your brother Colin. He wish he was here to play some more football. But listen, in his heart, that's where you will stay one and all. The winter, summer, the spring and fall. So Chad, you gone, and most of all. Yep, at night he kind of looked through the window though and said, I wish I was here with my main bro. You didn't like to miss work. You like to have fun. Chad, you was really number one.